Press start. Player 1. Are you ready? Welcome to the channel.
Okay, Capcom. What is up, everybody? Berial back with a banging new intro. You see that shit? That was awesome. It took a little bit to work on, but I like it. This is 2 months on hiatus. Sorry. I had shit to do. Besides some crazy stuff going on in my personal life, we are returning to the standard coverage of Street Fighter V, and more importantly, what's going on with Street Fighter V now that Season 2 is wrapped up. Without further ado, let's get into the topic at hand, discuss a little bit of Arcade Edition, and what does the future hold for Street Fighter. You ready? I really hope you are, because we've got a lot to talk about. While I was gone, you guys know I kept that Street Fighter grind alive. Just hit a diamond yesterday, which put me in the top 100 in the nation, the world. Just beating those asses every day. EVO 2018, here we come. The book has officially closed on Season 2 with the recent addition of Zeku, which means 3 things. Number 1, there will be no more DLC characters until Arcade Edition comes out with the launch of Season 3. That's happening, trust me. Number 2, if you were a guy main back in the day, you can shut your fucking mouth now. And number 3, any DLC that does come out between now and the launch of Arcade Edition is purely going to be cosmetic, at least in my opinion. This is Capcom we're talking about. Come January 16th, what all do you get in Street Fighter V Arcade Edition? That's a great question. I'll tell you, you sexy bitch. If you didn't pick them up the first time around, all of Season 1 and 2 DLC characters are available on the disc free of charge. Not free of charge for the $40 price, obviously, but for those of you who haven't picked up those characters, now's a good time to do it once AE comes out. For those of us who still have those characters, okay, cool. The staple of every fighting game that should be included on the disc at launch has finally been added to Arcade Edition, which should have been out the launch of February 16th, 2016. But hey, who's counting? Who cares about arcade mode, right? The difference this time around is that they actually put some extra effort into it, which surprised me, and you have campaigns from Street Fighter, Street Fighter 2, Third Strike, 4, and all the way up to 5 for multiple characters, which also include multiple endings, so at least they put some effort into that. Holy shit, didn't see that coming. 2 things I'm interested in are the recently updated UI, which is a lot more sparklier, golden, flashier, but more importantly, it just looks like the developers gave a shit this time around, and they made it look a little bit more aesthetically pleasing, so I applaud them on that. And then of course the big change is going to be the addition of a second V-trigger for every character. I really feel like this is going to change a lot of play styles for most of the characters, and it's going to keep things a little bit more fresh, seeing that people are going to discover new combos, new combo strings, new options, maybe even option selects. Whoops, did I just say that? The last subject of the video is going to be, besides the obvious choice for Sagat, what will Season 3 entail after the Arcade Edition launch, or more importantly, what does the roadmap look like for Street Fighter V in the future? Well, I think Season 3 is going to launch shortly after Arcade Edition hits shelves and the console update, and I believe Sagat's going to be our first character because all the fingers seem to be pointing to him anyway. More so, it's stupid that we don't have our legacy characters, or at least all of them, in a fighting game that is over 30 years old. I say slow down with the new characters, but hell, what do I know? I'm just a small-time YouTuber with a very unhealthy obsession for fighting games. Point being, let's not argue until we're blue in the face over who we want in the game versus who's actually going to be in the game. There you have it. There's some thoughts on Arcade Edition, what the roadmap for Street Fighter V looks like in the future. Hopefully that answers some of your questions, or it maybe answered none of them at all.
Why didn't you talk about who you want in Season 3?
Why didn't you talk about the second cinematic story coming out? Yo, why'd your shirt change color? These questions may never be answered, but as far as content goes in the future, keep your eyes peeled on the channel because I sure as hell will be sticking with this game. Despite its many flaws and its many positives, I'm still a Street Fighter fan at the end of the day, and hopefully Season 3 and the launch of Arcade Edition brings us what we finally wanted for such a long time. Real quick before you go, awesome dude on YouTube I gotta give a shout out to, Blue Rhythmz. His YouTube and SoundCloud, he does remixes, but more importantly he has some sick ass Street Fighter remixes. They're so good. And as a matter of fact, I used his remix of NYC 99 for you Alex players out there. That was Alex's theme song from Third Strike. Please go give the guy a listen. His music's fantastic. I promise you won't be disappointed. I'll put his information probably somewhere here. I'll also have that link to some of the Street Fighter playlists in my info on the video. So please take some time out of your day and go give him some love. From the very dark and smelly corner of an office, from a very desperate YouTuber, my name is Berial Plays. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a good one.